Hi everyone. Well, congratulations, you made it till the end of the semester, and this is the final lecture video for all online English 1301 students. So I'm going to use my English 1301 80 section as a model for you. This is just the model, but the same rules apply for any section of English 1301 that I am teaching online. So the first thing we're going to do is open up Firefox here, whatever your internet browser is, and we are going to go in to LSCO's website. Now, I wanted to just briefly remind you, if you haven't already, some of you still have not done this. If you haven't already downloaded Microsoft Office software, it is time to do so. It will be extremely difficult to do the exam unless you have the software. So don't just use these apps here. You see down here in the print, it says on a PC or Mac install Office on more devices. And you can go through this process and it will give you the latest version of Microsoft Office on your PC or Mac for free. The school offers this to you as a student. So you get this for free on up to 5 devices. You just click install and it'll walk you through the process here. Whatever your system is, whether it's Windows 10, 8, or 7. Please do that because you're not going to be able to open the document that we are going to be using to complete the final exam unless you have Microsoft Word. Okay, so now we're ready to actually go and look at this document that I'm talking about. So you'll log into D2L and you'll go to your course, and I'm going to switch view to student view so it looks as you would see it. So this is how your page should look. Yours will be a little different when you open this because this video that I'm recording right now will be appearing above compiling the final portfolio. But if you go to content, you'll see final exam at the bottom. Final exam. Now this information has been changed. You are not completing this in McGraw-Hill Connect anymore. You will be completing this in D2L. That way we can avoid any confusion or any issues that might result from the Connect software. So here's your Dropbox. You're going to open the Dropbox and you see that there's a document attached. After you've read this, you want to open the document, and this is why it's so important that you have Microsoft Word actually installed on your computer. And you notice that it opens like this in 2016, and I believe it'll open like this in 2013 as well. So you'll want to go to View and Edit Document so you can go in and actually start editing this. You'll read these instructions. After you've completed reading these instructions, you'll need to go in here and start typing this information in the text boxes. And then you'll want to start answering these questions in well-crafted, well-supported writing. Now, what I mean by that is you have compiled this final portfolio. As an online student, you've compiled it as a PDF document. You could actually go and print out that portfolio for yourself and have that as a reference point as you are writing. You also have access to Writing Matters, Successful College Writing, and Things That Make Writing Teachers Cringe. These are all core documents for my sections of English 1301. What you need to do then is use those documents, use the portfolio, use the textbooks, use Things That Make Writing Teachers Cringe to help you answer these questions in a thoughtful way. Now, the biggest pointer I'm going to give you is that these responses need to be about you. These responses need to be about you and your writing, your process, your reading, how you have attempted to complete the course. They do not need to be things like, well, I found, they don't need to be criticism of the course itself. They need to be thoughtful observations about your own writing and your own work ethic and your own approach to college level composition. And you can look at the questions here. You know, here you have, what is a rhetorical mode? How does it impact our essay compositions? How did you use rhetorical modes this semester? What is the most challenging element of a college level essay composition? Why is it a challenge? How might you approach it to make it less of a challenge? In English 1302 at Lamar State College, Orange, you will write essays concerning literature and literary analysis. What are some skills that are transferable to that task learned in writing essays this semester? So you see, these questions are all about applying what you have read and what you have done and the analysis of your essays this semester. That's been the goal all along, is that you actually get to the point where you don't really need an instructor to teach you how to write an essay or to correct your essay for you, that you can actually do this yourself, that you can identify the errors, that you can go in and basically write an essay from brainstorming all the way to final draft, or draft that's due, because there's no such thing as a final draft, and really feel comfortable about that. A research-based essay, or any of the other types of essays that you'll be required to write. This semester has also been about learning how to organize your thoughts effectively. Using that topic, sentence, example, explain, transition, structure for paragraphs, which is something I want to see for each of these responses. Okay, so that is it. That is the final exam. Once you have completed it, you will want to select File, Save As, and you're going to save it to your desktop. That's the easiest thing to do. And I want you to actually go in here into the file name and put your last name in the file name so that it's easy for you to find. And you see, I've already done that once. You check it to make sure it's the correct format, close it, and then when you're ready to submit, see this, you'll go to the Dropbox here and you'll drag the file into here. And you can write comments if you need to, however, it's not necessary. So after you have done that, after you have submitted to the Dropbox, and you notice I have 2 submissions in here already, you will be graded by me. Now, it'll take me probably a couple days to grade this response, obviously. So if you want to see my grade, though, again, you've probably already figured this out, but just to be sure, you can go in here and you'll see my rubric. Notice I gave myself zeros on these, so it's like a 35 because I didn't write anything. And then I'll type some feedback here if I deem it necessary, if I think there's something I can say at this point in the semester that might help you in English 1302. So that's really it. That's all you have left. I will say that if you are still working on Connect, you might still want to be working on Connect. You have until the 3rd to complete all those activities. I will pull a report on that on December 4th and add those grades into your D2L final grades, any updated versions of those grades. I'll add those probably Monday the 7th as you're finishing up the final exam. You have a few days to compile the portfolio and go back and do those line-by-line comments if you haven't done those, so that you can complete the correction log. Hopefully you'll take advantage of that. If you don't, of course, it's going to be very difficult to do the correction log, and it's going to be a loss of 30 extra points you can get right there, so it doesn't seem to make much sense not to do it. I've enjoyed reading your essays this semester. I've seen some amazing growth. I hope you've learned a lot, even if it's sometimes been painful and challenging. I thank you for being our LSEO students, for sticking with it, through thick and thin. Again, I think I already said this, but I do hope you've learned a lot. My task, my goal that I set for myself every semester is that by the end of the semester, students are capable of doing this sort of writing without me telling them step by step what they need to do. So I hope you're at that point now. If you have any questions, email me. I look forward to these final exam responses. I look forward to looking at your portfolios. And as always, you know, do well, be well, and I look forward to wrapping things up. So, thank you.